A very good morning to all. So, today we will continue the unit number 4 list. So, in the previous session, we discussed about the definitions of list, right? And before definition, we discussed about the array concept of array. What are the drawbacks of array? After that, so why you need to go for the linked list or list? Sorry, in the linked list, right? And what are the advantages and disadvantages of the linked list? So all these part we discussed. So definition of list we discussed. After that, so properties of list, behaviors of list, and list is implemented by using the two concept. Sorry, one is array and another one is the linked list. Now array implementation is very easy as compared with the linked list. Now we started the discussion regarding the linked list, right? So how to implement the linked list. For that purpose, the structure we are using, that is the node structure. So here two fields we are using, right? Now after that linked list concept, we discussed singly linked list. So these concept we have discussed. Just 1 minute, just. Just 1 minute. Hello. Sorry for the interrupt. Due to some administrative work, so to pause. Yeah. So am I audible to all?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So all of you got it here. Now what we are discussing. So we discussed about the linked list. After that, types of linked list. So overview we discussed. Now next is the singly linked list and doubly linked list. So this part we will discuss. Now out of this, so as per our curriculum is considered, so here we need to consider singly linked list. We will discuss in detail. After that, doubly linked list and circular linked list. And next, you know the concept of stack. So same concept we will implement by using the linked list. So queue also you know. So same concept of the queue is also implemented by using the linked list. And after that, we'll discuss the applications of linked list, addition and subtraction of two polynomials. So this part we will discuss here. Right now, we'll start with the first point. So that is the singly linked list. So now today we will start with the first point. Already we have seen the definition, representation, and what type of operations we are going to perform. So all these operations we will discuss by considering the every type, right? So singly linked list. So what do you mean by singly linked list? So already we have seen the definition. So the singly linear list contain only one pointer to point to the next node, and here the diagram is given. So 10, 20, 30, 40 is stored, and the above diagram is called as a singly linear linked list. So because this list contain only one link to point to the next node, so this is also called as a linear. So because the last node point to the nothing, means the first node is always called as a first or head node, right? Now we have discussed about this. Now we'll see. So operations, how many operations we are going to perform on the singly linked list. Operations on singly linked list. Now, first operation, first we have to create the linked list. So first creation of, in short, I will write linked list. Second operation, so we will discuss that is, so insertion. After that, third one is the deletion of element, and fourth we will discuss how to display the linked list. Now again, so when you are creating a linked list, so first how it is created. So after that, insertion. Now here, when you are performing the insertion operation, so at the time of insertion, so again we are performing the insertion at different location. So you can insert the element at the beginning of the linked list, or you can insert the element at the end of the linked list also, or you can insert the element at any specific position also. Now here, the insertion operation we will discuss. Three types of insertion operations we will discuss, right? Now after that, the next one is the deletion. Next one is the deletion. Hi. So for these are the operations. So creation of a linked list, insertion, deletion, display, right? After that, so how to create a linked list? Now first we need to create a node. Now how to create a node? So what type of concept you are using? कोणता concept use करता to create a node? Yes. Am I audible at all? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now everyone is now before moving to the implementation part of this linked list. So few prerequisites you must know. I think everyone is aware with this concept, right? So what is mean by pointer? So pointer, everyone is aware with the concept of pointer. So is it necessary to discuss the prerequisites? So before going to the implementation part, is it required or not? Is it necessary to discuss the prerequisites? So you know the concept of pointer, you know the concept of structure. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
After that, self-referential structure.
No, sir.
After that, memory allocation. So malloc, calloc. So have you heard?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Good. So just we'll have a recap on that, or we'll brush up this point, and after that we'll start with the implementation as well as the discussion, or each and every operations we will discuss in detail, right? So here I will explain the first part, that is the singly linked list in detail, right? So I will here I will explain the theoretical part as well as logic for that singly linked list, and after that, so we will move further. For the next type is the doubly linked list and singly circular linked list, right? Now, what is meant by pointer? So these concepts we required in the linked list. So just will revise. So pointer is a variable, so which contain the address of another variables, right? Now here, this is the declaration part, right? So int f. Now how to store the value of pointer? So int star p. So here p is equal to address of a you are storing. So suppose if you want to store the address of this address value of a, right? So how it is stored? Address of a. Now suppose you have a float value, right? So float pointer, float star q. Now how to store the value to this pointer? So you are storing the address of another variables, right? So here b, we have defined two variables, a and b. One is integer, another one is the float, right? And here I have created two pointers, p and q. Now p is the storing the address of a, and q is storing the address of b. Is it right? Now here the simple will display it. Now how to display these values? Right? So here the one simple program we have here I have considered. So int a is equal to 10, and star p pointer we have considered. So how to store the address of p? So sorry, address of a in this pointer. Hello. Screen is visible to all?
Yes, sir.
How to store the address of a in the pointer p? Address कसा स्टोर करून ठेवणार? How you are storing the address? याचा ऍड्रेस पी मध्ये कसा स्टोर करणार? स्टार p मध्ये. So can I write like this? So p is equal to ampersand a. Yes or no? You know the concept of pointer. Is this statement is allowed here, or can we do like this? Can we copy the address like this of A? हा A चा ऍड्रेस मला ह्या पॉइंटर मध्ये स्टोर करायचा आहे, तर कसा स्टोर करणार? अरे बाबा काय ते सांगा, यस नो, चुकीचं आहे बरोबर आहे? यू हॅव टू टॉक. यस 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 यस. हा
बरोबर आहे सर.
बरोबर आहे. गुड. So what we are doing, so here ampersand A means what you are considering. So 10 you are considering or address of that A you are considering. याचा तुम्ही ऍड्रेस कन्सिडर करताय की 10 व्हॅल्यू कन्सिडर होते?
ऍड्रेस सर.
Address you are considering, right? Very good. Now here the few printf statement I have written. So already answers also I have written. So just will recap. So printf value of A. So what is the value of A? Normally A I have written in that case. A ची value काय असेल? Normally 10 असेल, right? Now what is the value of star P? What is the value of star P? So whose address is stored in this pointer? Whose address is stored? कोणत्या व्हेरिएबलचा ऍड्रेस स्टोअर केलेला आहे? A चा. हा, मग स्टार P म्हणल्यानंतर त्या ऍड्रेसची व्हॅल्यू काय आहे? 10, right? Now again, now next, what is the mean by star@A? What is the value? Because I have written like this, star@A. @A means address of A. Star means value of that address we need to display. स्टार नी काय करतोय आपण, त्या पॉइंटरनी जो काय ऍड्रेस असेल याच्यामध्ये, जी काय व्हॅल्यू असेल त्या ऍड्रेसला जी व्हॅल्यू असेल ती आपण डिस्प्ले करतो, राईट? सो आफ्टर दॅट सपोज ampersand A, can we display the value of ampersand A? So what is the value of ampersand A? आता इथं मी 2000 ऍड्रेस कन्सिडर केलेला आहे. So I have considered the address of A as a 2000. So what is the output? 2000. But what format specifier you need to use?
अनसाइंड इंट आहे सर.
Unsigned integer. Good, good, good. Now P is also storing the address, right? So here unsigned we need to use P, right? So 2000 is displayed. Now after that, what is meant by ampersand P? So whose address is displayed here? Pointer address is considered, right? So here I have assumed 8000, right? So in this way we are using the pointer concept, right? Now again, double pointer, triple pointer. So I think everyone is aware with this concept, right? So double pointer means address of or value of like this, right? So I think everyone is aware with, no need to go for this kind of concept. Now structure. So what is mean by structure? Structure name, structure element. So here different kind of elements you can consider. So here, so what is the benefit of using the structure? So here you can use the user defined data type. It is a collection of dissimilar data types. So this is the actual benefit. So you can use here one integer, one float, one string, pointers. So you can use dissimilar data types, right? But suppose, or you can use similar also, but here the main use or main purpose of invention of this structure concept is so to combine or to collect a dissimilar data type into a single group, right? So struct name, right? Now after that, here we are creating the variable for that structure, right? Now the concept which you knew. So here the nesting of structures and everything, I think you know. Now this concept, self-referential structure. So what do you mean by self-referential structure? So definition of the self-referential structure is, self-referential structures are those structures in which one or more pointers point to the structure of the same type. Now here, what is the structure? Struct cell, right? So name of the structure is cell. Now here, how many parameters I have created? How many parameters? Two parameters, right? So one is int p and another one is what is the another parameter? So what type of variables we have created here? This data type is again structure, right? So here the same structure I am calling inside the structure. म्हणजे हे सेम स्ट्रक्चर आहे. या स्ट्रक्चर नाव काय आहे? सेल्फ. मग हे सेल्फ स्ट्रक्चर मी काय केलेलं आहे? परत त्या स्ट्रक्चर मध्ये स्ट्रक्चरला कॉल केलेलं. त्यालाच आपण काय म्हणतो? सेल्फ रेफरन्शियल स्ट्रक्चर. So what will happen? So if we call like this. Hello, am I audible to all? My voice is coming continuously. Hello, hello.
Yes, sir. Audible.
Okay. Now here struct self. So int
Yes,
p.
sir.
Yes, good. Now example here we have considered the struct code. Now here the int a, I and character c, right? So here the struct code, two variables I have created. One is var1 and another one is the var2, right? Now I want to store the values to this variable. So var1 dot I is equal to 55, integer 55. For the var1 I have considered for the var1, so var1 dot I is equal to 55. After that var1 dot c is equal to a character I have considered. And now here the pointer value, so ptr. Now here I will draw the diagram so that this self-referential structure concept will come. Now what is the structure here? So first is the I will draw. Now how many fields are there? So 3 fields are there, and here the first I will create for var1. Is it visible to all? So paint I am using here. What is the first value? First is the integer. So what is the value of integer here? var1 integer value. Integer value किती आहे? अरे यार yes no काय तर सांग. Hello.
55.
55. Now second field is char, right? So what is the value of char here?
A.
A. Now after that third one is the pointer. So what is the value of third? What is the value of third?
Null, sir.
Null, right? Now after that, so next is the var2. Next is the var2. var2. Now what is the value of first field? So what value we have assigned? Now var2, another variables we have created for the same structure, right? So what is the value of var2?
56.
First field is the 56. After that, next one is the b, and third value is the null, right? Now a pointer will store the address of what? So here null, initially we have considered null. So what is the purpose of pointer? So pointer is storing the address of another variables, right? Or pointer is storing the address of variables. So here now you can observe here. So next statement. So var1 dot ptr is equal to var1. So this one is equal to address of var2. Suppose the address of var1 is 1000 and address of var2 is 2000. Then what will be the value of var1 dot ptr? var1 चा address काय आहे? Here address of the var1 is 1000 and here address of var2 is 2000. So just we have it, right? Now after execution of this statement, so var1 dot ptr is equal to address of var2. So what will be the value here instead of null? null च्या ठिकाणी काय व्हॅल्यू असेल? Address of var2. What is the address of var2? var2's address 2000 means here instead of null. So what I have stored? Whose address I have stored? 2000. Right. Now what it means? So this node is connected with the var2. हा node कोणाशी connect झाला? Or this structure is connected with the var2. So same concept are you using in a linked list? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Now after that, so print the values. So star %t%c. So first you have printed the values of I, and after that you have printed the values of c. So what is meant by this arrow? What is meant by this arrow? Arrow ला काय म्हणतात? Now here,
Pointer.
just 1 minute. Just one. So here var1 dot ptr. What is the value var1 dot ptr now? var1 dot ptr. var1 dot ptr ची व्हॅल्यू किती आहे?
Address of var2.
Address of var2 and of I म्हणले of I म्हणजे कुठली व्हॅल्यू डिस्प्ले होणार? var2 ची होणार की var1 ची होणार? var1 dot ptr म्हणजे कोण? ऍड्रेस 2000. मी ह्या 2000 ऍड्रेसचा I ची व्हॅल्यू डिस्प्ले करा म्हणते. मग I ची व्हॅल्यू काय आहे? 56. मग इथं 56 डिस्प्ले होणार का 55 डिस्प्ले होणार?
56.
And var1 dot ptr of 6 c of c म्हणजे c means character. So which character is displayed, A or B?
B.
And now suppose I want to display the character 55 and A. So how to display the 55 and A? त्यासाठी काय करावं लागेल? Forget about this one. Forget about this one, right? Suppose I want to display the 55 and A. So how to display it? Forget about this arrow. Pointer to structure, right? So can I use var1 dot I, var1 dot C to display the value 55 and
Yes,
A?
sir.
Yes. Now again I can use the var2 dot I, var2 dot C also, right? But here, so what I have done, so by using the var1, so I have displayed the values of var2. How? By storing the address of var2 in a pointer variable, right? So this is called as a linked list concept. Now this is the self-referential structure. With the help of self-referential structure, we are connecting from one node to the another node. Now, meaning of the arrow. So who will explain? Anyone is aware with this? or simply you can call this as a structure pointer variable, or this is called as a structure pointer operator, right? So generally, suppose if you want to access any variable, so how we are accessing the any variables? Pointer variable star. Now here one more structure is considered. So one more structure is considered for that understanding purpose. So struct date type. So dd mmyy, right? And here, so one date simple variable is considered, and another one is the pointer variable is considered, right? Now date pointer is equal to address of this date is stored. Now date dot dd is equal to 29, date dot 12, date dot yy 2021, right? Or here you can consider 2022. Here we'll write today's date, right? So 10 to 2022, right? So so what will be the value here? Suppose if you want to access through this pointer, so how to access through the pointer? So for that purpose you need to write. Now by using this date variable, so without pointer variable, so directly simply you can access through this structure. So date dot dd, date dot date dot yy. But by using the pointer variables, so how to access these values, or how to assign the value to this variable? Now for that purpose, you need to use like this structure. So star date pointer dot dd is equal to 29 or is equal to 10. Like this you need to use. But instead of using star date pointer dot, so here star and date dot is replaced by using this arrow. This star and dot is replaced by using the arrow. So this arrow we can call them as a structure pointer operator. So we are calling this as a structure pointer operator. Now directly you can write date pointer structure pointer operator dd is equal to 10. Directly you can assign like this. Date pointer structure pointer operator is equal to 02. Directly you can assign like this. And after that, so date pointer pointer structure operator yy is equal to 2022. Right. Now all of you have understood. So this arrow, for what purpose we are using? So this arrow is replacing the star and dot, right, of the pointer variables. So whatever the pointer variable we are using at the time of structure variable. So if you use the pointer variables in a structure, so to access the variables available in the structure by using the pointer variable, so you can use this structure pointer operator directly. Now all of you have got the concept of structure point, or everyone is aware. Are you recalling the or not? लक्षात येते ना कैसे डेव्हलप करते?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. Now next, everyone is aware with the concept of malloc. So what is the purpose of malloc? What is the syntax? Syntax of the malloc. So by using the malloc, so we are assigning the memory. Right now, what is the syntax of that malloc function? So first is the pointer variable, right? After that, data type star malloc size of data type, right? And if you want to free the memory, so here free function is used, free and pointer variables. Simple. Now here as an example, so here you have a pointer int star p and you want to assign the memory to this pointer. So how to assign the memory to this pointer? P is equal to, what is the data type? What is the data type this pointer? Int star, after that malloc size of int. So this format we are using for the memory allocation. And to deallocate the memory or to free the memory, so we are using the free function, right? So these are the few prerequisites we required here. Now, is it visible to all? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now we'll see the operations on a linked list. Should I use the same keynotes or is it required to write here separate? It will consume our time or we'll use it separate. Now next is the singly linked list, right? Now, so how to create a node? Now we'll see this. So I will copy it. Creation of a node. Now how to create a single node? So when you are creating the first we'll see the creation of a linked list. Now before going to the creation of a linked list, so first you need to create a node. Now how to create a node? How to create a node? Now here we have created one structure, struct node. Now same concept we have used here. So what is the concept we have used? So what type of structure we have used to create a node? What type of concept we have used? Self-referential? Yes. So struct node, and what is the first field here? What is the first field? Info, right? Now the node is created like this. Now first field is for the info and second field is for the link, right? Now here the start pointer we have considered a separate one, right? And this start pointer is connected with this node. Now if start is equal to address of this node is stored, right? But initially it is null. Initially it is not connected with the first node, right? So still we have not created a node. So just we have written the structure here, right? So creation of a node. Now we'll see the one by one. Now creation of a linked list. Now, is it visible to all? Now first operation.
Yes, sir.
Is it visible? Now creation of a linked list and insertion of node at the end of a linked list. So creation of a linked list and insertion of a node at the end of a linked list, right? So first thing is so first we'll create a list. So this is the function we will use, right? And through this function, so create list. So we'll pass the data, right? Now we'll pass the data. Now here, so data is equal to, so can I write here? Suppose initially I have passed data is equal to 10 I have passed, right? So data value काय set केले 10. So what is the value of first? Now we'll see the insertion, creation of a linked list. So already we have created a structure here, self-referential structure. We have defined struct node int info, struct node star link, and start pointer we have initialized as a null. And this is the variable of this struct node, right? So directly we have defined here the variable. Or you can define, what is the another way of defining the variable to this structure? What is the another way? हे डिफाइन करण्याचा दुसरा वे कोणता आहे? जर डायरेक्टली मी इथे सेमीकोलन दिलं, suppose directly I have given semicolon here. So what is the other way to define this? Can I write like this? Struct node. Can I define like this? Is it allowed? Yes or no? Is it allowed to define like this? हे असं डिफाइन करू शकतो का स्ट्रक्चर मध्ये? Yes, it is also allowed, right? So you can define like this also, but we'll follow the shortest method, right? So not waste a single line. So within this, so we are trying to compromise the codes. Now here the data 10 I have first, right? Now after that create a list, right? Now here the struct node. So here the two variables I have created. So one is the start q and another one is the start temp, right? So two pointer variables I have created. Now first pointer. Now I will allocate the memory to the first pointer. So that is temp. Now here I will write. Is it visible to all? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now here the temp pointer or separate node I have created, right? Now after that, so first what you need to do when you are creating any node, so first you need to initialize the memory. So first you need to initialize the memory, right? So what is the first step? So here you can see receive one node from the user. So what is the value of that node we have received? So 10, and allocate the memory for that using malloc functions. First, we need to allocate the memory for that by using the malloc function. So here, what we will do, so we'll allocate the memory to this temp by using the malloc function. So how to allocate the memory? So you know the syntax. So data type is struct node star malloc size of struct node, right? Now after allocation of a memory, so here we have allocated the memory and we'll assume the address of that temp as so can I consider 1000? We'll assume it. So maybe it is different, right? Now what is after that? So you can assign the values to these fields, right? Now how to assign the values to the after allocation of a memory? So you can assign the values to the info and as well as to the link. So what is the value of temp info here? Is equal to data. So what is the value of data now here? Data ची value किती आहे?
10.
So can I write 10 here to this temporary node? Now after that, so temp of link. So what is the value of temp of link? Initially it is null, right? Now after that, so these two statements we have executed. So first what we have done, so here through this function we have passed the data 10. After that we have created the two pointers. So out of that, by using the one pointer, so first we have allocated to memory to that pointer to create a node. After that, after creation of a memory or after allocation of a memory, we have assigned the values to that node, right? So info 10 I have assigned. After that, to the link I have assigned null, right? Up to this, all of you understood. This is the first step. Save the data and link field for that node. So two steps we have completed. So first step is the receive one node from user and allocate memory for that using malloc function. Right. So first step and second step, all of you understood? Yes or no? So what we have done in the
Yes, sir.
first what we have done, so one node we have considered the values from the users, right? We have received the values from the user. After that, we have allocated the memory for that using malloc function. And step 2 is, so we have set the data and link field for that node, right? Now after that, so next one is the, we have assigned the values, right? After that, we are checking the this condition. Now, when you are creating the node, so when you are creating the node, so what is the value of start pointer initially? Initially, start pointer की value क्या है? When you are creating the node, so what is the value of start initially? सुरुवातीला start pointer ची value काय consider केलेली आहे? Is it visible to all? Null आहे का any other values? Yes. So what is the value of start initially? Start pointer value. So when we create a structure, self-referential structure, so initially, so we are assigning the value of start is equal to null, right? Now after that, so here we are checking if start is equal to null. So is the condition is true or false now? The condition true है का false है? Is the condition is true or false? Start is equal to null. Hello. Am I audible to all?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now here the condition start is equal to null. Condition is true or false? सुरुवातीला start null आहे ना? अरे होय नाही काही तर म्हणा. Don't hesitate to give
Yes,
the
sir.
answer. Yes. Don't hesitate to give the answer. Let it be. It is correct, wrong. And if you are given any wrong answer, so don't. No one is here to laugh on you, right? So don't worry about your answer. So your interaction, if you are responding quickly, so it means that so you are giving attentions or you are getting the things. If you are not responding, so there are two ways. So two reasons. So you are not getting the things or you are not giving the attentions or you are not attending the sessions seriously. And the second reason is whatever the things I am teaching, so you are not able to understand. So these are the two reasons if you are not responding. So out of that, which one is correct? So I don't know, right? So if start is equal to null, so the condition is true. Now what we have done? So here, if the start is equal to null, so what we are doing, simply what we are doing, so we are assigning the start is equal to temp. Means what we are doing here, address of temp is copied in the, both are the pointers. Both are the pointer. Start is also pointer variable and temp is also pointer variable. Here temp is also pointer and start is also pointer. So what I have done, so temp as it is copied in a start. Then what is the value of start now? Start की value क्या है? What is the value of start now? Pointer मध्ये काय स्टोर करतो आपण? Address स्टोर करतो की काय? What address is stored inside the start pointer? 1000. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, after execution of this statement, the start will hold the address of temp, right? Means 1000 is stored inside the start. Now, if the 1000 value is stored inside the start, so what is mean by start of info? Then start of info ची value काय असेल? What is the value of start of info? Temp as it is copy केलेला आहे start मध्ये. ठीक आहे. And then what is the value of start of info now?
10.
And start of link?
Null.
Null.
So here we have created a first node of your linked list. In this way, we have created first node, or we have inserted the first node at the end of the linked list. Right? Now after that, second one. Now second, I want to insert 20. Now come to this function. So create list. So pass the data 20. Now again you can create the struct node star q star temp, right? Now again, now this temporary variable already we have copied in a start. Now this will be will be overwritten right here. Or once this loop is existed, or after assigning this temp is equal to start, automatically, so this temporary variable is get deallocated, right? Now, or you can deallocate by using the free function also, right? But here I have not used free functions. Now, at the time of delete operation, we'll use it. Now, again, we have assigned the memory to the temp. So here, now next time in the next iteration, so what we have done? So again, we have created two variables, so q and temp. So now temp is equal to, so you can allocate the memory. Now next time the memory address I will consider that is 2000. Now here, what is the memory address of this? आता ह्याचा memory address किती आहे? Starts. पहिला हा कॉपी केलेला आहे, ह्याचा काय असेल 1000 will assume, right? Now 2000 is assigned. Now what is the value of temp info now? What is the value of temp info?
20.
20. Now another temporary variable node we have one. Temp link is equal to null, right? Now here we have created one more. Now come to this if loop. So start is equal to null. I can start is equal to null now. What is the value of start now? Is 1000 now. What is the value of start? 1000, right? So this condition is true or false? False or true काहीतरी. Now this condition is true or false now? आता ऑलरेडी एक नोड आहे आपल्या लिस्ट मध्ये, म्हणजे इथे स्टार्ट कोणाला असाइन झालेला आहे? सो स्टार्ट पॉइंटर इज असाइन्ड विथ द फर्स्ट पॉइंटर. सो ऑल ऑफ यू हॅव कवर्ड दिस कन्सेप्ट और नॉट इन युअर डिप्लोमा? लिंक लिस्ट झालंय ना तुम्हाला?
Yes, sir.
मग ऑल दीज थिंग्स already you have implemented, I think. Is it the same or is it the different things I'm explaining you? Diploma मध्ये वेगळं होतं का हेच होतं?
सर सेम होता.
Then why you are not responding so quickly? So you know the concept, or now it is boring for you? का आता बोर वाटते? Already तुम्हाला येत असल्यामुळे तुम्ही रिस्पॉन्ड करत नाहीये. Or should I proceed fast? What about my speed? So you are expecting to increase the speed, or is it okay?
Is it okay, sir?
Is it okay, sir?
Okay, no? Now sometimes so a few of the student is saying, so we know all these concepts, so you can explain it in fast manner, not an issue. Now if you feel regarding the speed of teaching, so it's too slow or it's too fast, so immediately you can inform me. So otherwise it will be difficult for me or for you also, right? Or at the end of session, if you are saying, so sir, your teaching is very slow, or sir, your teaching is very fast, so there will not be use. So once the time is passed, right? So at the same time, so immediately you can inform and don't hesitate to say anything, right? So I am your, so whatever the time I'm giving here, so all these time is for you only, right? So ultimate purpose is, so whatever the concepts are there, so all these concepts should be understood by you all. Now next आता काय आहे, इथं स्टार्ट आता काय, स्टार्ट पॉइंटर कुठं आहे? What is the value of start now? 1000. मग ही कंडिशन ट्रू असेल का फॉल्स असेल? This condition is true or false? This one is false, right? Now forget about this one. So already we have assigned 1000, right? So this start is equal to null is removed now. Now the value of start is 1000. So here this if condition is false. Now we'll go to the else loop. Now in the else, so what we have done? What is the first statement? So q is the pointer. So here we have considered, and start is already pointer. Now what is the value of q now? The q value काय असेल? So here, so can I write here so that you will know. Now what is the value of q now? Q value काय असेल? Can I consider 1000? Right? Now what is the value of q of info? Q of info काय असेल? 10, right? And q of काय हो next? Link ना? Q of link काय? What is the value of q of link? Null, right? So all the values I have copied in the q first. Now come to the while loop. So now q of link is not equal to null. Not equal to null आहे का? Here.
Equal to
Means this while loop is
false.
fall, right? Good. Now directly we'll come to this statement. So q of link is equal to 10. Q of, मग काय value assign केले तुम्ही? Q of link is equal to temp. So what is the value of temp now? Address.
10.
Address. No. Temp of info is 20. Now temp value. काय आता इथं temp ची value बघा.
2000.
2000. Good. Now what we are doing? So q of link is equal to temp. Means which values get changed here? Instead of null, काय लिहितो value? 2000. Right? Now here, so we have replaced the value. In the paint. Now here address is 1000. Now here what value is stored? This 2000 and this 20, right? Now 2000 means, so this temp node is considered. Now q of link, काय आहे q of link? queue of link is storing the address of what? Address of next node, that is temp. So here, so this first node is connected with the second node, and address of the second node is 2000 as it is. And here the null value. Here is the null. Now here else loop is completed, right? Now here you can see step number 3, check whether the start pointer is null. If yes, then make new node as a start node. Otherwise traverse the list till end of the list and add the new node at the end of the linked list. At the end of the linked list. Right. After that, so again one more data we'll consider, and after that we will complete this operation. Now 30. Now 30. Now pass the 30 here, right? So same statement is executed. Now create the memory for this next node. So 30. So before writing 30, so I will remove this null here. So here 3000 I will consider now. So memory address, memory allocation, and address of that memory is 3000. Now what is the value of temp of info now? Temp of info
30.
30. Temp of link null. Right. Now this condition is true or false?
False.
False. Come to else loop. Right. Now q is equal to start. So what is the value of q? Q ची value क्या है? Sorry, start ची value क्या है? 1000. So q is equal to 1000. Q of info क्या है इधर? What is the value of q of info? 10. And q of link आता इथं काय असणार आहे? इथं q of link ची value काय आहे? What is the value of q of link here? 2000. Right. Now come to while loop. Come to while loop. So q of link is not equal to null. Condition true or false? Q of link is not equal to null आहे का equal to null आहे? 2000 means not equal to null. Condition is true or false? This while loop condition. While loop condition true असेल का false असेल ही?
True.
Sorry. Condition is true or false?
True.
Condition is true. If the condition is true, means what you are doing? What you are doing here? So q is equal to q of link. So what is the value of q now? मतलब q ची value काय येईल होईल? Q is equal to q of link म्हटलेलं आहे. मग q of link ची value किती आहे? What is the value of q of link? 2000. Now q is equal to 2000, comma q of info is equal to. So what is the value of q of info now? Q is equal to 2000. Then what is the value of q of info? Q of info ची value काय असेल? 20. And q of link काय असेल? What is the value of q of link? इथं काय आहे q of link ची value? इथं आता काय आहे 2000 ऍड्रेस असल्यानंतर इथं व्हॅल्यू काय आहे लिंकची? नल आहे, null values, right? Now you can check here. While q of link is not equal to null. Now this condition is true or false? आता कंडिशन false झाली का true झाली? Hello.
False.
False. Now condition is false. Now come to this statement. So what is the value of q of link? Now what is the value of temp? Temp's address क्या है? 3000. Now q of link is equal to temp, right? So here we are assigning the $3,000, right? Now if you assign 3000 to the q of link, means So this node is connected with the above one, right? So this is connected with the 10, 30, right? And here is the, and after that your else is complete. So in this way, so where we are inserting the node, at the end of the linked list or at the start of the linked list? Where you are inserting the node, at the end of the linked list or at the start of the linked list? Hello?
End of the linked list.
End of the linked list, right? Now all of you have understood these 4 steps we have discussed, right? And this is your first operation, and this much code you need to write, or this is the logic we have. Now this part I have written for your understanding purpose. It is not a part of your execution or implementation, right? So now we have completed the first operation. So creation of a linked list, or you can say insertion of a node. So creation of a linked list already we have started, right? So in that insertion, so what type of insertion we have completed here? So insertion of node at end of the linked list. So this part we have completed here, right? Insertion of node at the end of the linked list. Now again, 2 more types are there under the insertion. So another one is the insertion of a node at the start of the linked list, and insertion of node at any specific location. So these 2 types we will discuss in the next session. Now we have discussed the first part, creation of a linked list, and at the same time we have discussed about the insertion of node at the end of the linked list. Up to this, is there any doubt? All of you understood? So whatever the part we discussed up till now regarding the singly linked list, all of you understood?
Yes, sir.
Any question? Okay. So if you are having any questions, so unmute yourself and ask the questions. All of you understood? So if yes, you can put the message in the chat box, understood, yes, like this. If not, you can unmute yourself and ask the question. If you have understood, so you can put the message in the chat box. Yes. If you are not understood, unmute yourself and ask the question. Now we will stop here. So next part we will continue in the next session. So thank you. Have a great day.
Thank